Welcome back to the Gimme Five Pod with Jones and Eli. And Eli, we have the biggest movie premiere in a long time. Barbenheimer, Barbie, and Oppenheimer coming out. Are the movies back?
Jones, you said it yourself. This is the biggest premiere I can remember since it might be the last Marvel movie, Endgame, or maybe it was even Star Wars. I don't know, but it's either way the biggest movie premiere since before COVID. We've gone in the last 5 years toward streaming services, toward Netflix. So as a movie lover, I'm happy to see a return to the big screen.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think so many people have gotten caught up, especially in COVID, with this idea of streaming, and we don't need to make our way to the movie theater. But I've recently rediscovered my love for the movies, going to the theater for 2 hours. My Apple Watch is turned off. My phone is turned off. You text me, I don't know, it's not coming in. I'm watching the movie. And then when I leave, I get that feeling that I used to get when I was a kid. I'm just levitating. I feel like I'm a superhero. I can get anything done. It's amazing.
It's a great feeling. You don't get it when you're watching Netflix. The only thing I will say about watching Netflix is you save a lot of money. Granted, you have to pay every month or, for these different streaming services, and that in itself can be expensive. But going to the movies these days, Jonah, is ridiculous. You're paying $20 plus popcorn plus movies. How do you justify that?
You're paying for the experience, Elias. It's like with anything. I mean, do you want to pay for the driving range or do you want to just hit balls in your backyard and break your neighbor's windows? I think you got to be paying for the experience here. Now, talking about kind of the upgrading of the movie theaters and why it's so expensive, part of it is these reclining chairs, man. And let me tell you, they are pure melatonin. I don't care how hyped I am for the movie. When I recline that chair, you might get that popcorn, your stomach's a little filled. I'm out 10 minutes into it.
Jones, it's happened to me many times. I can think of multiple occasions. I'm not proud of it, where I was sitting in a chair watching a movie, transfixed, and next thing I know, an usher's coming down the aisle, waking me up, saying, "Sir, you got to vacate the theater. Movie ended 2 hours ago." It's not a great feeling. It's a waste of money, but it happens to the best of us. I hope it doesn't happen to us when we go see Barbenheimer.
That would be really bad. Now, the other thing about Barbenheimer, Elias, is obviously two movies. And something my grandparents used to always tell me about is like, oh, back in our day, we would sneak into three movies, right? We'd pay for one and then just go around. Now, you can't even do that. I was trying to strategize how to do that with my roommate, but you realize all the seats are reserved.
It's ridiculous. It's corporate, and it's terrible. I hate it. You know what? We should revolutionize the movie industry. Let's open a theater. We just play 10 movies in a row, back to back to back. You walk in, walk out, do whatever you want. Could be good. That's all I'm saying. If this pod doesn't work out, maybe that's what we do.
So I think the strategy clearly here is this is the question we have to ask. Which movie do you see first? I think
Obviously.
you have to see Oppenheimer first. Now, eh, because it's such a heavy subject matter, and I am not in any way putting down Barbie. I've heard it has some very serious kind of big themes in it,
Really?
and it's very poignant, I'm sure. But with the gravity of what Oppenheimer represents, I think you have to see that one first, and then rely on the Ryan Goslings of the world to give you a little levity in your second half of your movie experience.
Well, if there's anybody who can do it, it's Gosling. And for me, the crazy thing about this is Oppenheimer and Barbie, you could not pick two more different topics. And the fact that they've been put together and made into a word. If you told me 5 years ago, we're going to put Barbie and Oppenheimer into one word, I'd say, you're nuts. Do you think Oppenheimer knew about the existence of Barbie? And do you think if you told Oppenheimer, the guy himself, right now in his grave, hey, we're making a movie about you, and you're going to be synonymous with the word Barbie, what would his reaction be?
Just don't know when Barbies were made. It's a fantastic question, but I
Mm.
feel like with the relevance, you look at the two big dolls. I would say it's Barbies and American Girl, and American
Mm.
Girl feels much newer than a Barbie. So if there was if American Girl big pick and Oppenheimer was coming out on the same day, I would say no chance Oppenheimer knows. But with the way Barbie's ingrained in our culture, I would say you got a fighting chance, Eli.
I think he's a smart man, obviously. He knows a lot of stuff. He's got to know about Barbie, and I think there's no way he wouldn't be honored to be mentioned in the same sentence as a Barbie doll. Nobody has an Oppenheimer doll, but people grew up with Barbies in their homes, um, you know, looking up to it. So it's an honor for Robert. He should be proud. I can't wait to see Oppenheimer and Barbenheimer and Barbie, all of it. It's going to be great, and I'm so happy the movies are back, Jones.
The movies are back in the biggest way. I also might get myself one of those shirts, Eli. Maybe I'll wear it on the show one day that says Barbenheimer and split right down the middle.
You have
Super
to.
cool stuff. That's our time for the day. Eli, thanks for talking.
It was a pleasure, Jones. Talk to you soon.